Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Wellness with Dr. Mariam. And today I have with me Miss Cassandra Nadira D, an executive coach. Hi Nadira.
Hi Dr. Mariam, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome to my channel and thank you for agreeing to be with us today. Shall I address you as Cassandra or Nadira?
Either.
Either.
Thank you.
I'm very happy that you are able to join me today. And I'm really excited because Nadira and I have been working together quite a bit, or we have been having discussions, and I've been exploring some of the methods that Nadira is using in the coaching. And I feel that is very unique, and also at the same time, it's something that I think is good for everybody to be aware of, that we have such thing, because especially now mental wellness has come into the limelight. So now with the increased awareness, especially with the pandemic, I think it's really good that we give the awareness on the different aspect of mental wellness. So today we're gonna talk on the topic of powering up work performance through mental wellness. That's a very interesting topic. And before we begin, let me just read a brief description of Nadira's biodata. Nadira is an executive coach and an associate certified coach with International Coach Federation, ICF, a Newfield certified coach, NCC, and she's also a certified global provider of tension release exercise, TRE. With her 20 years of experiences in leadership roles in banking and FMCG industries, she designs, trains, and facilitates customized training programs. With her specialization in performance, leadership, and transformation coaching, Cassandra is able to create trust with her clients with ease. On top of that, she works with international clients in Asia Pacific region with her wide-ranging business skills and experiences, coupled with her multicultural exposure. Okay, she is also a keynote speaker on her specialized areas, which are business and leadership. Being an associate certified coach and certified global provider, she's also trained in team coaching and emotional intelligence. Okay, thus integrating a holistic approach of body, emotion, mind, and language in working with the clients. Cassandra loves people and is curious about them, and she believes that humans have unlimited potential. And upon the right unleashing, human shines beyond their own imagination in creating phenomenal personal and professional results. Okay. Yeah, so this is a brief introduction of our guest today, Cassandra Nadira. And yeah, so this is so exciting. And today we are going to talk about powering up work performance through mental wellness. Before we go to the topic, right? Just not the FMCG. What is that? Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
FMCG stands for fast-moving consumer goods, meaning your daily, day-to-day, like your canned food or your makeup, all these are considered fast-moving consumer goods.
Okay. So your experience have been in the banking as well as the fast-moving consumer goods.
Yes,
Okay, that's very interesting. On today's topic, what do you mean by powering up work performance? Like it sounds like, wow, powering up.
Well, as you know, Dr. Mariam, with the COVID situation nowadays, right, a lot of people has been working from home, plus sometimes their children have to go through home-based learning. And because with companies that have been working with me, some of their staff are in different location, and because of that, there's the time zone difference. And a lot of people actually has difficulty separating work from home under this new working norm, which is working from home. So in a way, their work performance actually depleted. They used to be very outstanding employees, but for certain reasons with the COVID, their performances actually decreased in terms of productivity or in terms of their reaching their KPIs. So for us in COM, what we actually specialize in is the inside out effect, whereby you actually work on yourself, within yourself, and then power up externally sustainability through your work performance. So that's what we are talking about today.
So it's about the emotion, physical wellness, mental wellness, everything
Because
put
within us,
together.
yes, correct. Because within us, we have a physical aspect, we have an emotion aspect, we have a physiological aspect, as well as a mental aspect. So we are talking about all those.
Okay, so what is your role in this work?
For us, in COM, COM stands for Connecting Mind and Body. We actually integrate our whole human being into one. Not just, we have a brain and then we just use the brain part of us, which is the connective part. But we understand that when we integrate our whole body, the mind and the body, the language and the emotions, then you become a wholesome person and you're able to tap into the wisdom of everything rather than just the head. In this part of the world, Singapore or Asia, a lot of our education is based on the cognitive understanding, the cognitive data, the cognitive knowledge, right? But there is huge wisdom below the neck. There's huge amount of things that we can leverage on, that we essentially have, that we are blessed with. So that's what we are about. That's my role, to actually educate and assist and coach people to understand that, hey, there's more than just neck up.
Okay, so when you say executive coach, maybe can you elaborate a little bit more?
Sure. In executive coaching, there's a lot of areas of coaching. For me, I specialize in coaching in leadership, transition, and performance. And recently, because of the COVID situation, more and more requests have been coming in for us to also focus and coach on mental well-being of leaders in companies.
So how is your approach different from other executive coaches?
Our approach is very different because we do not just see the leaders that we work with in isolation of their performance. We actually come back down to, okay, what is going on, right? What is going on within? Is it psychologically you feel unsafe? Because, Dr. Mariam, when we are psychologically unsafe, our trust within us, our confidence within us is all shaken and is usually at an all-time low. So we work from psychologically all the way to emotionally, then to physically, then to cognitively. So we actually have a four-way through. We call it the Combs method, whereby we work with our leaders in various different ways, integrating all this and educating them. And I think what's very, very powerful in our approach is the ability to bring our leaders or our clients from a less desirable place to a more desirable place within one session. That's really something that we are very proud of. And it's something whereby the leaders or our clients, when they work with us, they can feel the difference viscerally, meaning they can actually sense a difference within their body and in their mind.
Wow, the improvement can be experienced really fast.
Yes, it can be.
So what magic do you use?
I wouldn't say it's a magic, but I guess because I've been doing performance work for many, many years, understanding human beings, that's one. And also working with not just one part of the brain. So maybe let me take a few minutes to explain to you, Dr. Mariam, that in a human brain, there's actually three parts to it. We have the neocortex, which is our thinking brain. We have our limbic brain, which is our feeling brain. And then we have our reptilian brain, which is our dinosaur brain. In the context of coaching, a lot of coaches actually just work on the neocortex, which is the thinking brain, because that's where decisions are made, that's where learning are formed. However, with a situation like COVID, whereby there is a lot of uncertainty, there is a lot of frustration, there's a lot of fear, what has been constantly triggered is actually our reptilian brain, which is our dinosaur brain. So if we do not work with the reptilian brain to ease and to release all the pent-up emotions that is stored there, you can feed the brain a lot of knowledge and data, methodologies, but at the most critical decision, the reptilian brain is the one that will come out and cause all nightmares. That's why you see reports of people creating violence, people that is blurting out verbal abuse without being controlled. That's because the reptilian brain has so much within it and it doesn't know where to go, and it will just be released this way. So our work fundamentally works with all three brains.
That is very interesting. So this reptilian brain, is that the same as the amygdala?
Okay, amygdala is a switch. It's a switch in our brain whereby when you are under fight and flight, right? When I say fight and flight, it doesn't mean physically you have to fight someone or you have to, flee from someone. It could be the emotions, or it could be the perspective that you feel that, for example, in a work situation, your boss actually say, how come you have not met your KPI? And in that situation, your brain thinks that, oh, no, I need to fight, as in to justify, or I need to avoid this topic with my boss. That's also a fight and flight situation, right? Everyone perceives fight and flight very differently. So when we're under fight and flight, amygdala actually goes switch off, whereby our logical brain, which is our neocortex, is no longer intact. So that's when our reptilian brain comes out. And it goes, okay, I'm in charge. Because, Dr. Mar, the reptilian brain has no logical and rational function at all. So it doesn't know the good or the bad or the right and the wrong. The only thing the reptilian brain does is to protect you. That's the main function. Because in that situation, the reptilian brain would think, oh no, my master is in danger. So I need to come out. And it will just water or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So that's where a lot of leaders, a lot of clients are having challenge, because they are so cooped up with all the emotions of fight and flight, with COVID, with economical challenges, with financial issues, with the uncertainty, with the changes that we have to adhere to on a weekly or even monthly basis. This part of the brain is not used to it. I mean, as human beings, we all know, right, Dr. Mariam? We are not very happy with changes. We're not comfortable with changes, least constant changes like this.
Yeah, I mean, I really agree with you that when we work holistically, then, we can see the effect better. So now I understand like how you work, with your magic. Yeah? Like you control this. That was so cute. Yeah, because for me personally also, I believe in working holistically, like because I work with cancer, but then I realized that it's not just about the genetics, but there's a lot more to it, like taking care of our physical wellness, mental wellness, and then avoiding the environmental factors that can contribute to stresses on the body and the mind. In my own work, it was mainly using, like you say, the cognitive brain. I was mainly working in the lab, trying to study the pathway. Later on, when I read more into it, there's more than just the genetics. There's a lot of the things that what is on top of that pathway. Yeah, what are the stresses that activating this cancer pathway? So, I mean, okay, this is totally different now. We're not talking about cancer today, but I'm just sharing with you that I really identify with you on working holistically, because that is always the best way when we approach the person as a whole. Just now when we're talking about the biodata, that you're also a certified global provider for tension release exercise. So maybe can you share a bit about this tension release exercise?
Sure. Tension release exercise fundamentally aligns with that modality that all of us human beings has a self-healing mechanism within us. But for whatever reason, this self-healing mechanism actually was cut off from us. And this self-healing mechanism is about activating this natural shaking ability that we have, and through the shaking, we actually can release the pent-up emotions that is quite undesirable in our body. And when we store that in our body, all these undesirable emotions, it can cause us mental health issues. It can cause us physical health issues. Why? Because as a human being, we have, if you imagine, we have a top and bottom part of our body. There is a muscle called psoas muscle, whereby all this stress is actually kept at. And if you think about it, Dr. Mariam, when we have a lot of chronic diseases, it usually starts with that area, isn't it?
Which
this
area?
part of our body, the middle part of our body, whereby you actually stores all the stress. So what this TRE does is to help us to actually trigger our shaking mechanism, so that when we are in this shaking position, we actually loosen up all the deep tissues that has been storing all the undesirable emotions within us. So I have clients who come to me because of emotional issues. I have clients that comes to me because of childhood issues. I have clients that comes to me because of mental well-being issues. And with different sessions, they actually could release their pent-up and patterns of, I would say, tension. Previously, it was known as trauma. The reason why it's changed to tension, because in certain parts of the world, trauma is still quite a word that triggers people, or is quite a stigma. But it actually can work with people with stress issue, tension issue, or trauma issue.
So this TRE, it can be a separate session from your work as an executive coach, right?
Yeah, I have clients that are individual clients that only need the TRE. Also clients that needs the whole executive coaching. So it really depends on their needs and what they want to get assistance with. Currently with TRE, I also integrate cognitive teaching, because sometimes when we release the pent-up emotions without educating them, it's like you have, it's almost like this, Dr. Mariam. Imagine this is us, and when we open up the bottle, right, how life actually is being so-called given upon us. And sometimes, certain situations is not very desirable, isn't it? And then when you close this up, and then you have what you call the pressure of life with COVID, with actually work, with bills to pay and everything like that.
With the HBL.
With the HBL, with the work from home, with the pay cut, with the mother-in-law saying to you, oh my
Oops, cut.
Yeah, so this is how we are living our life. So during TRE, what we do is we actually slowly open up this part of you, and to allow the release of all this that has been all shaken up within you, to release very slowly, because you cannot control the way sometimes life has been impacted upon you, but you definitely can control how it can come out from you, so that you can actually enjoy the peace and calm and the mental resilience that you would be able to enjoy once all this are released from your body and your mind.
We can imagine that bottle is actually a bottle with a gassy drink. Then you shake, shake, and then you open.
Yes. I'm actually doing a series of video very soon, and then my videographer is saying, "Oh, this is a very good idea. Let's buy a bottle and then put in pebbles and soy and whatever different colors, and people can understand. Say, oh, that's a very good idea. Okay, let's do that."
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. So let me know, yeah, when you have your videos up already.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we have come to the end of the interview. Thank you so much for sharing with us about what you do, and also sharing the wisdom behind what you're doing. And I think it's really, really important, especially in the times we are today, and even when we are not in these times, because mental health issues have always been there. It's just that, it has been stigmatized before, and now slowly the environment is more supportive towards supporting people with mental illnesses, because more things are being understood, And I think it's very important that we have coaches like you who are able to support people who want support on their mental health. Doesn't mean that they are mentally ill. It's just that, it's to improve the mental health. We look at it as improving, or like you say, powering up, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's important because it doesn't just power up your work performance, but it will also power up your health and your life quality.
Absolutely. We are integrated body. We can't say, oh, we do very well with our work and then we do very badly with our relationships at home or something. We are one whole body, and we are the so-called, I always say, we are the constant dominant, right? Whereby how we perform at work is consistent with how we give to our family as well as the society. So when we are well, physically, mentally, emotionally, physiologically, we perform well at work, we give the best to our family, we also would have extra to actually give to our community.
Okay, so thank you again for sharing with us today, and I hope I'm very sure that our audience today have really learned a lot. I have learned more, even though we have been talking for several sessions already. I think 3, 4, maybe 5 sessions, and I'm still learning new things today when you're explaining. So I really appreciate that. And for the audience, if you would like to get to know more about Miss Cassandra Nadira, what she does and her services or her packages, I will write the information in the description of the video below. Or if it's on some channel, the description is on top. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mariam. Thank you for having me. I really enjoy myself.
Okay, that is great. So see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.